Soft piano plays, the melody of Oh Pretty Woman, slow and nostalgic. 35 years ago, a simple love story captured hearts around the world. A man lost in his world of business, and a woman with a laugh that could melt a city. Now, decades later, the fairy tale that never really ended is about to begin again. Music shifts. A modern, cinematic build begins. She's back. He's back. And this time, it's not just about falling in love. It's about finding it all over again. 35 years ago, a love story touched the hearts of millions. A man, trapped in his world of business, met a woman whose laughter could change everything. Their story became a fairy tale that the world never forgot. Now, after all these years, that fairy tale is ready to return, not as a memory, but as a new beginning. Soft piano music plays in the background as the city of Beverly Hills wakes up under a golden sunrise. The streets look the same, but time has given them a new meaning. The windows on Rodeo Drive shine like diamonds, just as they did decades ago. A gentle breeze moves through the empty sidewalks, carrying whispers of a story once told. The sound of footsteps breaks the silence, slow, confident, and graceful. A woman in a red dress walks down the street. We don't see her face yet, but her presence feels powerful. That red dress isn't just a memory, it's a symbol of love, freedom, and second chances. The scene shifts to a grand hotel lobby filled with the soft sound of jazz music. Behind the front desk stands Edward Lewis, older now, calmer, and wiser. He once ruled the world of business, but today he finds peace in smaller things. A kind word, a quiet moment, a memory. He pauses near a framed photo on the wall showing him and Vivian from years ago, smiling together. For a moment, he just stares, lost in the past that shaped his future. The phone on his desk rings. He hesitates before picking it up. "Edward Lewis," he says softly. On the other end comes a familiar laugh, warm, playful, unforgettable. "Still answering your own calls, huh?" says Vivian. Edward freezes. That voice, that laugh, it feels like time just stopped. He can't help but smile. Suddenly the screen flashes with memories. Vivian stepping out of a car, her red dress glowing under flashing lights. She's no longer the girl from the boulevard. She's built a life of her own, strong, confident, and inspiring. She now runs a foundation that helps young women follow their dreams. She has become the woman she always wanted to be. At a grand charity gala, cameras flash as Vivian walks down the red carpet with elegance and pride. Across the room, Edward watches quietly. Their eyes meet, and in that single moment, everything comes rushing back. The laughter, the love, the connection that never truly faded. Time may have changed them, but their hearts remember. Decades apart, different worlds, yet destiny finds a way to bring them back together. The screen fades to black, their laughter echoes softly, and golden letters appear. Pretty Woman 2, coming 2025. As the music rises one last time, a gentle guitar riff of Oh Pretty Woman plays, reminding the world that love, no matter how long it takes, never goes out of style. The screen opens with a calm sunset over Los Angeles. The city is alive, glowing with a mix of golden light and city dreams. In the middle of it all, Vivian Ward stands on a balcony, looking out over the skyline. She smiles gently, the wind brushing through her hair. She's not the same woman the world once knew. Life has changed her, made her stronger, wiser, and more at peace with who she is. She built a world from nothing, and now she's helping others do the same. In her foundation's office, young women walk in with hope in their eyes. Vivian greets them, encouraging them to believe in themselves. The woman who once needed saving is now the one saving others. Her laughter fills the room, carrying that same spark it did all those years ago. But behind the smile, there's something else, a quiet emptiness. A part of her heart still wonders what happened to the man who once changed her life. Cut to Edward Lewis. He lives a quieter life now, far from the noise of business meetings and boardrooms. He spends his mornings reading, his evenings walking along the same streets where he once found love. He's achieved everything he ever wanted, yet somehow it doesn't feel complete. Sometimes he still hears her laugh echoing in his mind, a sound that time could never erase. One evening, while attending a charity gala, Edward's eyes land on a familiar face across the crowd. The room seems to fade away. There she is, Vivian, graceful, glowing, timeless. She turns, and their eyes meet. For a moment, the years disappear. It's as if they never parted. Their world freezes, filled only with the memory of what once was. Vivian walks toward him, calm and confident. He takes a slow breath, unable to look away. "You haven't changed a bit," he says softly. She smiles. "You finally learned how to see," she replies. That same energy fills the air. Not the excitement of youth, but the comfort of two souls who truly understand each other. The trailer shifts into a warm, emotional montage. Flashes of moments that speak louder than words. Vivian laughing under the rain as Edward holds an umbrella. A quiet dinner between them, filled with memories and silence. A close-up of their hands touching for the first time in decades. And then, a single tear running down Vivian's cheek as she whispers, "Maybe we were never meant to end." Just a pause. The music rises, soft piano turning into powerful strings. The world outside rushes by, but for them, time stands still. The story isn't about starting over. It's about realizing that love never truly left. As the screen fades to black, the words appear. Every love story deserves a second chance. The music softens, blending into the familiar guitar riff that once defined their love. The red dress, the limousine, the smile, they all return, not as a copy of the past, but as a promise that real love never fades. The camera slowly zooms in on the city lights one last time before fading completely. A soft whisper closes the teaser. "Pretty Woman 2." The screen glows softly with the light of a morning sun. A hand opens a window, letting in the golden rays of Los Angeles. Vivian stands there, her reflection framed in glass. Calm, radiant, confident. Years have passed, but her spirit shines even brighter now. She is no longer the woman waiting for a fairy tale. She has built her own. In a small moment of stillness, she looks at an old photograph sitting on her desk. Her and Edward, smiling under the Beverly Hills sky. A quiet smile crosses her face, full of warmth and memory. Then she takes a deep breath, places the photo back, and walks away. She's moved on, but the heart remembers what time can't erase. The camera shifts to Edward. He's standing near a piano in his apartment, looking out over the city below. His hair is silver now, his eyes a little softer, but his presence still carries that quiet power. The once ruthless businessman now plays gentle notes on the piano, the same melody that played when he first met her. The music is imperfect but sincere, filled with emotion. His assistant walks in, reminding him about an upcoming meeting, but Edward waves it off with a smile. The old Edward would never have done that. Something inside him has changed. Or maybe something inside him has woken up again. As the piano melody continues, we see glimpses of their separate lives. Two paths that never truly drifted apart. Vivian speaks at a charity event, her voice steady and full of hope. Edward stands at a window that overlooks the same street she once walked down. The camera cuts between them, her laughter, his silence, her light, his longing. Then the music slows. The sound of rain begins to fall. In a quiet cafe, Edward sits at a corner table, flipping through a newspaper. Suddenly, the door opens, and that same familiar energy fills the room. He looks up, and there she is, Vivian, standing in the doorway holding an umbrella, smiling like she never left. For a moment, they simply stare at each other. No words, just the sound of rain and soft music in the background. She walks toward him slowly, her heels echoing on the floor. He stands up, unsure what to say. Finally, she breaks the silence. "Do you still take your coffee black?" she asked with a grin. He chuckles. "Only when you're not around to sweeten it." They both laugh, and that laughter fills the screen, the same sound that once made the world fall in love with them. The trailer shifts into a sequence of quick, emotional flashes. Vivian and Edward dancing under a string of lights at a charity ball. Edward watching her as she gives a speech. Vivian brushing his cheek as they walk through the city at night. In between these glimpses, new faces appear. Their grown daughter, a young woman full of passion and independence. and a few new characters who challenge and shape their reunion. Each one adds a new layer to the story of love, family, and rediscovery. The music rises into a gentle orchestral swell. Edward and Vivian stand together at a rooftop overlooking the city. The wind moves through her hair, and he looks at her with the same softness he once tried to hide. "You look exactly the same," he says. She laughs lightly. "You finally learned how to look." As the camera circles around them, the world seems to fade away. Only the two of them remain. The screen slowly transitions into a soft blur, and then the words appear. Two hearts, one story. Forever, the light fades, leaving behind the shimmer of city lights and the echo of their laughter. Then a single line appears in elegant gold letters. Night settles over Los Angeles, the city glowing beneath a curtain of soft rain. Streetlights blur into gold as a limousine moves slowly down Rodeo Drive. Inside sits Edward Lewis, silent, lost in thought. The radio hums quietly with the melody of "Oh, Pretty Woman." He looks out the window and sees her, Vivian, standing under a single streetlight, umbrella in hand, watching the same city they once conquered together. He steps out, rain touching his shoulders. For a second, they just stand there, two people surrounded by the ghosts of everything they once were. The years, the silence, the distance all fade away. Edward walks closer, his voice trembling slightly. "I never stopped thinking about you." Vivian smiles gently, her eyes shining with tears and rain. "Then why did you stop calling?" A heartbeat passes, then comes that laugh. Soft, familiar, healing. It's the sound that once made him believe in something beyond money and power. He laughs too, and for a moment they're young again. The rain keeps falling as they walk side by side, their hands brushing, then finally meeting. The city around them seems to breathe again. Cut to flashes of emotion. Edward visiting Vivian's foundation, helping her with an event, the two dancing in a dimly lit hall where the world disappears around them. Vivian turning to Edward, whispering, "Maybe we were always meant to find each other again." His reply is simple. "I think we just needed time to learn how to love right." The music swells, strings rising into a heartfelt crescendo. The world of lights and luxury fades into something real. Two souls who spent a lifetime apart finding home again. The camera circles them as they share a quiet moment, their faces inches apart, the glow of the city painting them in gold. Then everything slows. Their laughter, the music, the rain, as the screen turns black. The words appear slowly, one after another. 35 years later, the story continues. Pretty Woman 2, the final notes of "Oh, Pretty Woman" echo softly as the screen fades completely, leaving behind only the sound of her laughter and the promise that some love stories never truly end. The screen fades back from black. A soft glow of sunrise spills over the Los Angeles skyline. The camera moves slowly through familiar streets, the boulevard, the hotel, the same corner where it all began. The music is gentle now, almost like a whisper from the past. Vivian's voice echoes faintly, warm and full of life. Some stories never really end. They just wait for the right time to begin again. Her words linger in the air as the camera glides across the city, showing people smiling, walking, living. A quiet reminder that love can be found anywhere, at any time. The scene changes to Edward and Vivian standing side by side on a rooftop, watching the sunrise together. The light paints their faces in soft gold. No grand gestures, no speeches, just two people who finally come home to each other. Edward looks at her and smiles. She smiles back, and the camera slowly pulls away as the wind moves through her hair. The screen turns black again, and the words appear in elegant gold letters. Love never goes out of style. The melody of "Oh, Pretty Woman" returns, modern and cinematic, blending nostalgia with new energy. The logo appears boldly on screen. Pretty Woman 2, coming 2025. As the final notes fade, a soft voice closes the trailer. Don't miss the return of the love story that changed everything. Pretty Woman 2, only in theaters, 2025. The music fades completely, leaving just the sound of distant laughter. Her laugh, the one that started it all. The screen fades to black.